I start now then? The current LTNs were introduced during the COVID-19 emergency under ETOs, which were temporary measures to help social distancing. They seem now to have taken on a different purpose to address three major concerns. 1, pollution, 2, road safety, 3, physical inactivity. So I'd like to address each in turn. Pollution. According to your own Air Equality Action Plan, 2015-2019, pollution levels are highest in the most densely built up areas along the borough's busiest roads. Away from the busy main roads, air quality objectives tend to be met. This is still from the same thing. Increasing road congestion contributes to worsening air pollution, delays vital bus services and freight, and makes many streets unpleasant places to walk and cycle. Schools on main roads in the borough are exposed to higher levels of pollution. Main roads. You knew that pollution wasn't an issue in side roads where LTNs are focused, but main roads, on main roads. You knew that pollution levels were met on side roads, not on main roads. So this deliberate policy to force traffic onto already higher polluted roads is ignoring the effects it has on those using these roads to walk, to go to school, to live on. Quote again, Hackney Emergency Transport Plan for 2020. Public health and safety implications will be profound for those groups already disproportionately impacted upon by secondary effects of motor vehicle use, including those on low incomes, people of minority ethnic backgrounds, the elderly, and children. You knew increasing congestion on main roads would lead to higher pollution levels for people living on those roads, for children going to school on those roads, for people walking on those roads. We call this social injustice. Any reduction in nitrous dioxide in LTNs is minimal, whereas main roads and boundary roads have suffered disproportionately. In fact, by making people drive more miles to get to their destinations, both inside and outside LTNs, it actually contributes to pollution. More miles driven, not less. More congestion. Point 2, road safety. From the data from at least 2 different sources, as well as Hackney's own data, side roads are not as unsafe as you seem to be implying. Accidents mainly happen on main roads and at junctions with main roads, not side roads. In fact, data says that closing side roads is actually making main roads more unsafe by adding to the number of accidents recorded. Hackney Council collected accident data showing an increase in accidents on surrounding main roads once you'd implemented your LTNs. It's not side roads where accidents happen, it's main roads. Your policy makes main roads more unsafe, not less. Kingston Road, Mare Street, Dalston Lane, Graham Road, Queensbridge, all increased the number of accidents after implementation of LTNs. I could go on because there's a long list of roads it's impacted on. 3, physical inactivity, a seemingly noble cause, but your policy seems to ignore that 14% of the UK population have mobility issues. Census 2021 Hackney, 1/5 of people living in Hackney have a disability. That's 37,020 people. 16,622 said their disability impacted a lot on daily activities. 1/5 of them reported having difficulties accessing public transport. Many of them rely on vehicles through Mobility's car schemes or blue badges to go to appointments, shop, live their lives. Some rely on buses too. You decided to clamp down on blue badge holders by failing to immediately give universal exemption to all of them. You know who they are because you have records of them all. Blue badges are issued by the council. You have records, so you don't need to do that. You chose to discriminate against them to make their lives more difficult. This is an ableist policy. You have a duty of care under the law to protect them.
1 minute.
LTNs do not help the elderly or disabled. Why are you making them suffer in order to make already able-bodied people walk and cycle a bit more? 17,000 people signed this petition just to get it discussed. It's taken over 2 years and people are still signing it. In the online consultations, 58% of people in the London Fields LTN said they were against it being made permanent. 64% in Hoxton were against. Homerton, 64%. But you went ahead anyway. Failure to listen. We call on you to give immediate universal exemption to all blue badge holders, not just companion badges. Stop using party whip to squash debate. We call on all council members to listen, not just go through the motions. We have legitimate concerns. Stop gaslighting us.
Can I ask you to draw the conclusions? Can I ask you
Closing
to draw
roads
the
is not the answer to the real issues facing our borough.
Thank you.
The specifics of the petition. I mean, firstly, it's very important to highlight that the petition says very little information and it's very outdated. So I'm going to go through each point on the petition. So the first point on the petition, it says that road closures should be reversed. But to be clear, low traffic neighbourhoods don't close roads. Every road is still accessible in Hackney. I don't, but it's true.
All this is the time for Councillor Coburn to respond, not for us to listen to one another.
Indeed, if you go back to the 1970s, you would see a low traffic neighbourhood introduced in the Beauvoir, where there's some fantastic images of children and parents arguing for the closure, for the restriction of traffic. What I would also say is as well, what's really important to note is Hackney's implemented approximately 120 similar traffic filters between 1970s and 2020s. This is not a new phenomenon. On the petition point 2 around the consultation, I mean, well, we've had a consultation. We've had more than 20,000 people responded to the consultation, and the most recent significant scheme in Stoke Newington, more than nearly 60% of public who lives in that area who supported that. But also, we've had the biggest democratic exercise of all since 2020, which was last year's local elections, where the public significantly supported the Hackney Labour.
Can I ask people to stop shouting out?
Okay, look, on request 3, they've asked for a meeting with the mayor. The mayor and I have had numerous meetings with all of you here today. We've also had meetings with lots of different community groups and individuals across the borough. We do welcome community involvement, but look, finally, what I would just say in the interest of time is our direction of travel is pretty clear. We set out at the start of the year what we call the traffic reduction plan, Hackney's low traffic plan, the local implementation plan. We set out the direction of travel, which we're going to reduce traffic by a further 15% by 2026. It's a bold plan. It's a plan that's in Hackney Labour's Green New Deal, and it's one that we're going to deliver and not waver on. Thank you.